Thank you for watching this video. Subscribe to my channel. In this short video, I want to warn you for something that most believers, I think most believers don't see this danger. And that is this phenomenon called holiness preaching or sin-hating preaching, or whatever label you use. It comes down to this. You have a preacher who becomes famous because he stands against wickedness, or what appears to be wickedness. And because of that, a lot of people, including many unbelievers, praise this individual. Now, this should be a red flag. Anytime a preacher or anyone sharing the word gets any type of fame, beware. I'm not saying that the individual in this case is evil or that he or she has an agenda, but anytime anyone gets too much praise in this world, something is up. And often the praise someone receives, we use it as a reference, because that is what society taught us. If someone claims to be something, look at the validation of the community. If the community says yes to it, then it's true. If the community refuses to acknowledge it, then it's not true. That is how the world, or I'm saying how society brought us up. And this verification mindset, we bring it with us often when we walk by faith. And we need to get rid of it. Look, if someone claims to be a medical professional, then it's okay to look at his background to see if he has a diploma. There's nothing wrong with that. In that case, it's good to look for verification. Or if someone offers you a job, then it's okay to look in the past to see if he has a criminal record or not, in order to know if you're dealing with a scam or not. So, to look for verification in itself, there's nothing wrong with it. But this verification mentality, that is what I'm talking about. That is what blinds us often to false teachers. Let me give an example. We have a preacher that talks against sin, against sin, against sin. And people say, hallelujah, hallelujah, this is a man of God. He preaches with fire. Hold on a minute. Whose fire is it? The paranormal also has fire, but it's paranormal fire, which is a counterfeit of the real supernatural fire. So just because someone preaches with fire doesn't mean it's from the Lord. Even if he or she is using so many Bible verses and it sounds so great, it can be a trap. Because this preacher also talks about sin, sin, sin. That's the only thing he's mentioning. He never talks about gaining perspective. He never talks about giving up wrong thinking patterns. He never talks about going the extra mile. So he doesn't really teach you any in-depth information. He doesn't even separate the paranormal from the supernatural. But he preached against sin. And this is verified by many believers. So you think this guy is from the Lord. Not so fast. There are underworld agents, wizards, that are sent by Satan to deceive people. And Satan backs them up with the best supernatural charms there are. But this happens in the name of Christ, with the aid of Bible verses. And that's how many believers are led astray. So I'm telling you, this holiness preaching or sin-hating preaching, watch out for it. And in order for you not to be trapped easily by this, unlearn that verification mindset. There's nothing wrong with looking for verification for something. If you're reading a scientific journal and there's an interesting paper, you can look at the sources to check and constructively criticize the article. There's nothing wrong with that. But just be aware. This verification mindset is something people are seldom challenged about, because it works. But the enemy is using it to keep you away from operating in the supernatural and keep you centered upon sin and centered around behavior improvement. Well, Christ never told you to go into behavior improvement. He told you to outgrow the world and to walk by faith. That being said, agree with Christ and be at peace.